smashed anything out of anger. But that's a very self-harming behavior. Possibly the smoking cigarettes could be considered a self-harm behavior.
Wait, I mean, cigarettes are harmful?
Cigarettes are self-harm.
Well, what about spending, 80 hours a week on a conference call with a bunch of R words?
Yeah, it's like about wasting your life away. Is that a form of self-harming? I don't know. Wasting your God-given life.
That's like saying just existence itself. Sorry for merely existing. That's what people really want in these rooms is they want a Jew to come up and say, I apologize for merely existing.
Right, I'm sorry for existing.
This is why I love Larry David so much, because Larry is the king of, pointing out bullshit. And I don't know. Right. I just love Curb Your Enthusiasm. It makes me happy. For many years, it brought me so much happiness to know that there was somebody out there that felt the same way that I felt about Clown World.
Right. The one problem with Larry, though? He's got severe TDS.
Well, he did wear that hat in that one episode, which is super funny because the hat is it's a thing. Meaning, if I were to go out into society, I would be the only one wearing it. But yet, there's 40% of the population that strongly supports Donald Trump. But yet, no one wears the hat.
There's a new event that I just saw, a Facebook event for an inclusive. The title of the event was literally a love fest, or it was an inclusive, welcoming to all event. And it said that this is a pro-LGBT, queer-friendly, anti-capitalist, socialist event that's welcoming to all. And I was just imagining showing up in the MAGA hat, imagining how welcoming they would be. If you had the MAGA hat.
Yeah. I don't know. It's one of those things where it's I don't want to go out and do things like that because that would be too much work. I'd rather sit in an office and do that kind of work in an office and, then quickly go out and enjoy life. I did go to this extreme hippie, Earth Fest one time with my mom and my sister. And this was what I thought was so funny is that there was a charlatan there giving a speech about genetic therapies. And it's just a scam. The guy is literally trying to get people to scam them. And I was looking around, I'm wow. I'm well, this would be a good place to find victims for his scam because everybody here is super woke and susceptible to this type of, scam. But I was hasn't this guy heard of the internet yet? Why doesn't he take his fraud to the internet? Why is he at an Earth Festival trying to ruin these good people's financial well-being with his bullshit therapy? But anyways, yeah. Yesterday, the Inspector General of HHS arrested two men. One of their names was Muhammad, and he was running a $500 million Medicare billing scam for genetic testing. He literally generated $500 million in revenue from the government through Medicare. And, thank God we have Trump in office to try to stop this shit because I think I'm at the point. I mean, it's not even at the point, but in my opinion, we have to shut down Medicare, Medicaid and restart it on a new platform because the fraud and the billing, and it's the biggest industry in the world. I did a query yesterday. What are the top 10 industries on the planet? Medicare, Medicaid is responsible for the biggest industry on the planet, which is health insurance and life insurance. So the whole thing is, being ripped off by hundreds of billions a year. And this is why doctors make so much money. I mean, and why they don't see patients for 2 to 3 months because they just let nurses do all the work and they're basically just billing agents. They don't actually do anything for anyone's health. It's just a consumer packaged goods distribution business. It's so stupid. This is why people compete. They take the MCATs and all this shit. They get to med school. They come out and they're making all this money. It turns out it's just like a billing business. A physical therapist and a yoga teacher does more for people's health than any of these doctors ever do. It's unbelievable. It's a business. Hello?
I hear you.
But that's why I say, reading a book is very important. And we're trying to convince you to come on this app to actually read a book, to change your experience, my friend. And until you actually change your experience, you'll never change yourself in a more powerful way because you're getting so close. It's like, have you ever played like racquetball or handball? No. Well, I showed up.
My bad. I'm with you.
I showed a friend how to play racquetball, and I used to kick his ass. And then after like 3 days of playing racquetball against my friend, he started beating me. I was like, how are you getting this good at the game so quickly? So
Right.
It's the same game, with Clubhouse.
Right.
And you haven't sent me any videos. You haven't done any real work. But here you are wasting all your time not being productive.
Well, I know, but I'm always doing. I hear you. I do a lot of bullshit around my fucking house. I do a lot of like dishes. I feel it's kind of fucked up. I feel like I'm kind of like. Anyway, don't get me started. But that's a major problem. That is a major problem.
Well, my psychiatrist said, John, how do you stay busy? I said, I got a house. I'm constantly doing home maintenance. It never fucking ends. She put down home maintenance.
Well, remember the thing about the 60 pairs of underwear?
Yeah. Today I actually got to start doing laundry. I'm getting close.
It's the beginning of laundry week?
No, laundry year is the way we do it in terms of every week is like 1 year to me because of my abundance. What you do in 1 week, it takes me a whole year to do. But it's not because I can't do it, it's because I don't have to do it.
Right.
Oh, look, Alumi is here. Welcome, Alumi. He is a member of the book club, actually. He read a book. We read books the other day together, and then I think he insulted me and then left. Welcome back to the book club, Alumi. Oh, maybe you didn't insult me. Maybe I was insulted that you left without saying anything.
Maybe I was rude to leave without any.
You Irish goodbye.
Signaling, yeah.
Yeah. I like Irish goodbying, and I go to Irish bars, and there's a lot of people that are worthy of being mocked, but I would never do that in the real world, just on the internet. But I do just Irish goodbye all the time because I say fuck it. Hello?
I don't know, John. I think you. I don't know. Maybe you haven't felt respected by people.
No. It's not about that. I could care less what people, think in turn, because I don't respect the people here that don't give me respect. I mean, that's what it is. I mock a lot of people. Somebody applauded me for running for Congress, and I said I'm only doing it because these people are worthy of mockery. But that person didn't even give me a response. I don't know if they agree with me.
A body was found by a Portland roadway today.
So, Lumi, are you going to read a book? If you want a mod badge, you got to read a book in the Can We Convince Zach to Read a Book room? Because he's busy doing dishes all the time and washing his underpants. But you probably don't wash your underpants or do any dishes, do you?
I have to go teach a driving lesson to an African immigrant.
Oh, my friend, what did you think about What did you think about the classroom work? Because do you do classroom work with these people? Because when I did my driver's test at 16, I had to do classroom work on the road testing, all that bullshit.
I don't do the classroom rook. but they want me to do the classroom work. They want me to, but I just do the part in the car. But I think that I'm going to start doing the classroom stuff as well.
Yeah, because that's where it's fun, where you can just test people's, language and comprehension skills, and then you'll say, "Oh, there's a reason why you're a shitty driver. It's because you can't even, comprehend and perform in the classroom." But I think the classroom work is where you can break, through the threshold and get them to start maybe driving better. Hello? Oh, so you're going around sending these little gold coins around, huh? You sent me 2 cents, 2 penny bit.
Yeah, I mean, it's better than trying to prove to people who won't reason or hear you that you're not necessarily coming in hostile fake.
Well, I bought the bare minimum of the gold coins, and it's so stupid. I was sending gold coins to myself to try to see, like, how could I actually monetize this app? And the gold coin system here is you cannot make any money from it. It's stupid. It's just like,
It's okay, Draco. There's only white people here. Come on.
Draco doesn't read books.
I think this app would be a lot better place without a lot of these minorities.
Well, the way I look at diversity and discrimination is that if you let go of your opinions, there is like a fully automated response effect that is created by no longer having opinions. And what happens is you can actually become successful through the diversity and discrimination. And a lot of the complainers on this app don't understand the upper lip and the lower lip, or the upper eyelid and the lower eyelid, meaning they don't know the secret to creativity, which is essentially just jumping in the river of diversity and going with the flow. It's the discrimination that prevents you from actually, in a way, achieving a higher state of happiness, which is nothing more than consciousness. So people are their own worst enemies, and they are their own block. And to get around that, you basically just have to let it go, meaning all your assumptions, opinions, and pre-programmed dispensation or disposition. Your personality and your character is what's preventing you from attaining more joy and abundance in your life. It's my opinion, of course. The thing that I forget is that everybody is a magician, whether you like it or not. And the people who present themselves as being the least resembling of a magician, generally those are the people who are really good magicians. Because the best magic trick that a magician can create is that they are not a magician. It's the same principle of like the devil. The greatest trick the devil ever successfully accomplished was, making himself invisible or something to that extent. So look at Adamiel here. He looks like a magician, king, a philosopher king sitting on his throne of power.
Hello?
Hello?
Oh, it's Amin.
Good news. All right. I don't know, man. Do you have, yesterday I didn't came, but better late than never. Didn't came. I was not present. Yeah. Better late than never.
It's all good, man. I doubt you would have impacted much.
Oh, come on. Have you seen my input with the opening of All People of the Book? Why do you hate...
Anyway, I'm not on the phone anymore, but it's got the phone emoji.
Oh, what's up, my friend? He sent... okay. Oh, Draco, what's up, man?
What's up, buddy? How are you?
Long time no see. Doing great. What about you, man?
Chilling. Okay.
So,
Emails, contract.
Draco, do you think that everyone has a soul?
Yeah, sure.
Do you think there's one soul or an infinite number of souls?
That's a good question.
I'm not sure the ins and outs are. The soul is, in a sense, theoretical, but I guess something to the effect.
Do you think God is within you or God is outside of you?
It depends on what sense you mean. I can say yes and no, depending on the sense.
Do you think you're in God or outside of God?
Well, I think there's something to the whole image bearer concept, but could I go into detail on that? I don't know if I could exhaustively go into detail on that. There's so many different writings about the whole image bearer concept. But in that sense, if you were to say God is within you, I would probably agree with the whole image bearer.
Do you think the subconscious is a concept, or do you think it's literal?
I think it could be both. I think for me, it appears that it could be something that's literal, but I'm appealing to my own experience to derive that, I guess, and to other experiences. But could I be wrong? Sure, it could be something that we, developed.
Do you think you have an ego?
What'd you say? I couldn't hear you.
Do you think you have an ego? EGO.
Yeah.
You do?
Like in classical sociology, yeah.
Okay, well, the biggest ego trip going is thinking you got this thing called an ego, because that's a concept, my friend. No one has ever touched, tasted, felt, eaten, or seen an ego. It's just a concept. And so, in the same sense that God and soul are just concepts, no one has ever seen, touched, tasted, felt. But if you believe that everything is God, well, then actually you have seen God. You're actually talking to God right now. And you are God, and the cell phone is God, and the wireless, internet transmitting our concepts is supposedly God technology or something. But we're just trying to convince Zach to read a book about spells and magic words. Hello?
Okay, go ahead.
So how would you define the word synthesis?
I don't know if I can do like a
Relating subjects in a cohesive framework.
Do you think A plus B equals C would be a good formula for synthesis?
Depends. I don't know what you mean, but is there a zero concept? Like, could B be equal to zero?
Well, could 1 equal 0? Or could 1 equal 10? Hello?
I thought you said A plus B equals C. That's not what you said?
Meaning you have two variables, and when you add them together, you get a catalyst known as C. Or you can multiply them or divide them. or put them to a power. So I'm just saying that for many Christian literalists like Regal or Megatron, they fail to see their own mystic path. And essentially, they, in a way, they devalue their self by putting such a strong emphasis on this tertiary God, which is supposedly like a literal all or nothing point of supreme power and intelligence. But the concept that you are part of a one God or a one universal God, it's just I think it's just energy metaphysic, meaning that it's just we're just eternal energy in a different amalgamation of what we call God, and it's not that we are God, but that we are essentially God observing the God effect to a certain extent, but not like we have real powers. Our greatest power is our imagination. So whatever you can pretty much visualize in your mind's eye, you can, in a way, hopefully create in the real world. Um, Stuff it times, and you can go around this app and confirm it's the worst of times for people, but there are just rare people who are actually super optimistic and positive because they're happy and they know it. So part of therapy and psychology and philosophy and religion is to try to make your experience less friction. Grease the skids, grease the wheels, put some oil in the engine.
So in order for this, I think there is a need for increase in honesty and truth. I think truth has less friction than like lying to yourself, or because that's the thing, right? Sometimes we do try to hide something because we're scared of it or whatever, but no, like when you address it directly, it's better. That's my little personal experience. But yeah, I get what you're saying. But I just want to say a comment. So I do agree that the human